Pokemon is a brand that consists of merchandise, television shows, games, and movies. What started off as a little child's hobby of catching insects in the backyard has grown into a huge media franchise. Pokemon skyrocketed after its first video game debut. Game Freak released a series of video games for the Nintendo Game Boy system in Japan on February 27, 1996.
Woo!
Most of the... Alright?
That's my exact birthday.
Oh, okay, that's why. Okay, yeah. That's when you... Oh my god, you're as old as Pokemon. Anyway... God, you're young. Most of the games revolve around players catching, trading, training over 150 different kinds of creatures in order to become a Pokemon Master. Fast forward 20 plus years and Pokemon is still as popular as ever. In 2016, the franchise proved that they were willing to adapt to modern times when they released the Pokemon Go app. The mobile game quickly became the next biggest craze. You could find groups of people of all ages roaming local parks trying to catch a rare creature. I'm Mike with List25, and this Pokemon phenomenon has not only brought people together, but it's also changed how people play games on their smartphones. But before we get started, please don't forget to share, like, comment, subscribe, and click that notification bell. #25. When the game first came out, people were concerned about children's safety. Many folks were worried because the game requires players to visit different places in order to catch creatures and collect eggs. Iran took their concerns to a whole new level by completely banning the game a few months after its release. One of Iran's senior judicial officials, that's fun to say, reported that the game posed a security dilemma. #24. Many exciting things were going on in the world around the time Pokemon Go was released. One of the most popular being the 2016 Olympics in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Since Pokemon Go was the latest craze, a lot of Olympic gymnasts were playing it. Unfortunately, one athlete was playing it a little too much and racked up a 500,000 yen phone bill. Thankfully, after he explained the situation to his phone provider, they switched him to an overseas plan. #23. Shortly after Pokemon Go was released, a local police station in Missouri tweeted a warning to the public about the mobile game. Be mindful of what you play online. A string of armed robberies were perpetrated by suspects who targeted their victims using Pokemon Go, said PPD 35th District. Apparently, armed gunmen were luring players to a certain area to rob them. Sadly, this wasn't the only city where similar things were occurring. #22. Another police station took to social media to warn their community about the recent Pokemon Go craze. On July 5th, 2016, the Northern Territory Police Fire and Emergency Services encouraged players to look up from their phones and to look both ways before crossing the street. They also acknowledged that their station was indeed a Pokestop, but urged players to refrain from going inside just to collect creatures or eggs. #21. The New York State Senate brought forth a valid point when it came to locations for Pokestops and Pokemon gyms. They argued that a bill needed to be passed to prevent these locations from being placed within 100 feet of a sex offender's place of residence. Former Governor Andrew Cuomo expressed that this is a concern not only in his community, but anywhere this mobile game is being played. #20. One player from Toledo, Ohio proved that she wasn't above breaking and entering in order to catch a few Pokemon. A few days after she announced to Facebook that she would commit this offense, she broke into the Toledo Zoo. The zoo banned her from returning, but thankfully they didn't ban all Pokemon players. In fact, they welcomed anyone and everyone who's paid admission to visit during normal business hours. God, some people are dumb. #19. Sometimes rare Pokemon creatures, Pokespots, and Pokemon gyms can be found in public areas like parks, malls, and other businesses. Other times, they're more or less off the beaten path. Unfortunately, two men who went looking for Pokemon in northern San Diego fell off a cliff. Sorry. One of the men was found 50 feet below the cliff, while the other had fallen 80 to 90 feet. Thankfully, neither of the men died from their injuries. 18. It may seem by now that the Pokemon Go application has done more harm than good. However, it's not the case. In fact, the Pokemon Go game was acknowledged for possibly saving the lives of a whole family. Two college students noticed a man bothering a woman and her child while they were out catching Pokemon. As soon as they saw the man get physical, they apprehended the suspect until the police came to take over.
17.
It might be obvious to say that it's never a good idea to play a video game while driving. A few months after the Pokemon Go game was released, there was an increased number of reports regarding people using their phones while driving. It's easier to tell when drivers are trying to catch Pokemon because they're normally driving around 10 miles per hour or less. Needless to say, this kind of behavior isn't only dumb, but it's dangerous for everyone involved. And you know what? For people not involved.
16.
There aren't many mobile games that can cause your muscles to feel sore the day after playing it. One of the best things about Pokemon Go is that it requires you to go outside to experience nature, breathe in fresh air, and exercise. One Twitter user even tweeted, "I ran for a good minute or two yesterday for Pokemon Go and my lower legs are sore." There actually have been quite a few reports of sore legs due to the active nature of the game. God, we're so fat.
15.
The whole point of the game is to wander about town and try to find Pokemon and Pokespots. However, finding anything other than that isn't supposed to be part of the experience. It didn't turn out this way for 19-year-old Shayla Wiggins. She came across a dead body in the winter while searching for Pokemon. Oh God, that's horrifying. Law enforcement later announced that the death was ruled an accident and that it was not related to Pokemon Go in any way. Oh, that's not Pikachu. Oh my goodness. That's horrifying.
14.
Pokemon is considered to be a game for all ages. However, the majority of people playing Pokemon Go typically range from around 12 years old to 1. Got you, buddy. 12 years old to people in their early 20s. One gentleman by the name of John Kulasingam took to Twitter to announce his shock when he discovered a Pokespot at a local strip club. Within the week, he received over 1,000 likes and retweets and nearly 600 comments from fellow Pokemon Go players. That sounds like it could go on our most retweeted list. Check here for that one.
Pokemon Go to that list.
Yeah! Let's Pokemon Go to the polls.
13.
One of the best parts about Pokemon Go is that you can find Pokemon almost anywhere you go. That's probably why they called it that. One gentleman couldn't miss the opportunity of catching a new creature when he saw it inside a hospital. Normally that wouldn't be so frowned upon, but in this case he noticed the Pokemon while his wife was giving birth. Some people were upset when hearing his story, while others understood the importance of capturing Pokemon.
12.
Pokemon Go is accessible almost anywhere in the world. This means that literally anyone with a smartphone can play it no matter where they are. A few days after the game was released, Lewis Park, an American soldier, posted to social media that he caught his first Pokemon while protecting the Mosul front line by Telskuf, Iraq. He even posted a picture of the Squirtle standing next to his machine gun.
11.
There's a lot of technology that went into creating Pokemon Go. One of the head developers at Niantic Labs teamed up with Google Maps to turn the application into a game of geolocation. Many of the locations for Pokespots and Pokemon gyms were chosen based on their geotagged photos from Google. The most popular destinations include parks, churches, and tourist landmarks. Boone Sheridan took to Twitter to announce that he was currently living in a Pokemon gym. Living in an old church means many things. Today it means my house is a Pokemon Go gym. This should be fascinating.
10.
There were many advantages to playing Pokemon Go when it was released in 2016. You not only felt like you were part of something much bigger than yourself, but you received a few discounts as well. One locally owned juice bar used Pokemon Go as a way to bring in more business. They announced that every trainer who placed a lure module on any nearby Poke Center location would receive a $1 Bud Light or $2.99 smoothie.
9.
Pokemon Go took the internet by storm. Players posted on social media platforms to announce where certain creatures could be found and which players were seizing different Pokestops. On July 9, 2016, Anthony Oliveira tweeted, "An unstoppable Clefairy named Love is Love has apparently seized control of the Westboro Baptist Church. Hashtag Pokemon Go Gym." I like that. There have been other accounts of some players by the name of Stop Hate that also took over that particular facility. I'm okay with this. I am super okay. Yes, keep doing it.
8.
California has been known for having residents that enjoy the finer things in life. In Los Angeles, a Pokemon Go experience offered just that. For just $30, the service came with a personal driver, oh my god, phone chargers, backup batteries, and a mapped out route that hit all of the Pokespots, Pokemon gyms, high-frequency spawn points, and different biomes. The driver also offered to drive slowly through residential areas so the eggs had the opportunity to hatch. Hey, whatever works. If you got money off it, fine.
Entrepreneurial spirit right there.
Oh my good lord.
7.
The saying is true. People find love when they least expect it. Reddit user Bob Dole Official, oh wow, good for Bob Dole, I'm so proud of him, explained how a night of Pokemon Go turned into one of the best days of his life. It all began when he and a friend decided to look for Pokemon near their local river. After an hour of roaming around, they ran into 2 girls who were also playing the game. Before he knew it, Bob Dole Official was having a great conversation and discussing similar interests with one of the girls. Now a romantic couple, they thank Niantic for bringing them together. Aww. Good for him. Glad he got his life back together after losing the presidency.
6.
It really is surprising what some people are willing to do just to advance in Pokemon Go. Yeah, it is. One couple went so far as to paddle for half an hour to get to a gym that was in the middle of a lake. Why was it there? The person who sold them the kayak was also playing Pokemon Go at the time, but was on the opposing team. The couple ended up successfully taking over the Pokemon gym and getting a good workout. I was expecting a fight to happen.
I'm just glad they had fun.
Me too.
5.
Some businesses take advantage of the extra customers and attention they receive for being a temporary Pokemon gym or Pokespot. Other businesses aren't so happy when a rare Pokemon happens to pop up at their location. They see the game as bringing unwanted attention. One business even went so far as to hang up a sign that read, "Pokemon are for paying customers only."
4.
It's never a good idea to judge a book by its cover. Things aren't always as they appear. 3 Pokemon Go players demonstrated this early one morning. After being unable to fall asleep, an older gentleman decided to walk around his local park to catch a few Pokemon. It was around 3 a.m. when he got there and found 2 young guys sitting on a park bench. They were also playing the game. They struck up a conversation and shared Pokemon Go tips. A few minutes later, 2 cops appeared. The gamers had to explain why they were playing a mobile game so early in the morning.
3.
Luckily for this Pokemon Go player, what she found while out playing wasn't a dead body, but an adorable kitten. Carrie Burns took to social media to announce that she found an injured cat while trying to catch Pokemon. As soon as she found this new furry friend, she scooped it up and took it to a nearby vet. Once the cat's fractured pelvis was healed, Carrie Burns ended up keeping the female kitten and naming her Mewtwo. Aww.
2.
Pokemon Go was designed to be a very interactive game. Players are encouraged to go outside, roam around public areas, and join forces with other players to find rare creatures. One mother took to the internet to share her autistic son's journey from barely being able to speak to people to approaching kids and asking them if they wanted to play with him. She thanks Pokemon Go for helping her son come out of his shell.
1.
One of the biggest stereotypical rivalries is jocks versus nerds. However, a group of nerdy friends and their jock classmates proved that stereotype wrong. When the 2 cliques ran into each other while hunting for Pokemon, instead of an awkward standoff, they actually ended up working together. The 2 groups gave each other Pokemon Go tips and locations on where to find Pokemon gyms and other nearby Pokemon. So, how many hours have you played Pokemon Go? And who's your favorite Pokemon? Let us know in the comments below or tweet your answer to us at List25.
It's Pikachu!
It's Clefairy! Ha! I can't say what it really was.
Right.
Enjoying our lists? Be sure to click that subscribe button on the bottom right and the notification bell so you don't miss out on new ones every Monday through Friday. Share them with friends and help us consistently conciliate curiosity. And if you want even more lists, check out these videos here or just head to our website at list25.com.